someone asks you to develop a new project. How I deal with this at the first site? You need to think about the options that are available for the customer. For instance, in this case, I propose the customer to evaluate three ways of doing this. The first one is buy a totally new design from an existing company. So we go to the market and evaluate which are the companies that they deliver this kind of product that they need. For instance, for very big projects, does that is Linde Engineering, is Air Products, or a product Mesa. So it is kind of companies that will sell or offer to the markets as separation units, but in a very large amount of products. So that's not the way that the companies wants to. He wants a very small amount of liquid oxygen compared to these companies that I have mentioned to you. So one of the service that I can offer is to identify the companies that are available in the market to size and construct and to deliver to the customer what he needs. And although we are working, it's an option to buy a separation plant from an existing company. To do that, it's very, very important that your team knows what are the important questions to be done, because sometimes the suppliers, the vendors, they get some assumptions that is not validated to your case or to the customer case. So that's why, although I can buy something already built, already done, the engineering team of the customer must be skilled enough to evaluate if everything that will be delivered it's okay or not. The second option that I suggest to them is to buy only the project, the design project of an engineering company. This way, of course, that it in terms of purchasing for third party, it will be a less capital, because now we will only buy papers. We will buy the design. We will buy the engineering documentation, and they can get this documentation and develop internally the equipments, construct or manufacture that in their facilities. That's another way. And a third way is to develop their own separation unit. In this case, I would build a team, engineering team, and with mechanical engineer, electrical engineer, with the automation engineer, instrumentation engineer, and etc. Develop all the steps of the project, doing the process simulation, heat and material balance, pipe instrumentation diagram, and etc. But in this case, in conjunction with the customer, we could build this project. And of course, that, as I mentioned in the first topic, we need to measure the amount of hours that they expended to do that. So there are three ways, and the second way is very similar with the third one, with building or doing in-home engineering. But what is different is that it could be done in Brazil. It could be done in more synergy with the customer. In the building the project from third-party engineering, I would look for that in foreign countries, in the US, in India, in China, for instance. And what is important to know that when we are starting a new project or when we receive some demands from the customer, we need to evaluate what are the options available and what is the most cost benefit for the customer.